E-girls who ruined their careers in seconds. That's actually impressive. Like, how can you ruin your career in seconds? That's pretty insane. E-girls who ruined their careers in seconds. Let's go.
E-girl streamers weren't the same after just one incident, whether it's faking a kidnapping or straight up scamming your audience.
Ah, yeah, that does it.
And today we'll be talking about 3 Russian female streamers who ruined their career in seconds.
Oh, damn.
With Smichalka. Smichalka's streams didn't rely on...
Wait, why specifically only Russian ones? Why didn't you go for other ones? Wait, what's up with that?
Classic e-girl model, known as Booba equals good. She actually had a pretty cool personality. Whether it was falling from chair, talking to chat, playing CS, people loved her. She was...
Really? Falling from chair, talking to chat, and playing CSGO. Wow. What a personality, guys. Crazy. They probably stayed for the dog, let's be honest.
Just a normal girl who didn't pretend to be something she is not.
Okay, that's good though. That's pretty good.
Everything was going great for Smichalka. She had a good name among other streamers, viewer count was growing, and you know, her career seemed to be going pretty well. Of course, that would soon change and her viewers would realize she's not as cute and innocent as everyone thought. One feral evening, Smichalka turned on the stream and viewers were greeted with a face full of tears and fear in her eyes while she was begging people for help. She explained how her mother was scammed and that she might go to jail for a flippin' 25 years. Smichalka somehow scrambles $500,000 rubles to get a lawyer. So
I think I know where this is going.
her mother could fight against the scam. $500,000 rubles at the time was around $8,000.
That's a lot of money.
Doesn't seem like much, but for average Russian citizen, that's quite a lot. Regardless.
What do you mean that doesn't seem like a lot? $8,000. That's crazy, bro. 2, maybe 3 months of salary for most people.
That seemed to be no problem for her audience. She receives a lot of donations from her fans. And even other big creators tuned in to help her out.
Сегодня я наткнулся на такую, блядь, историю. Вот у нее маму хотят в тюрьму посадить на 25 лет. Бля, ну такие вещи надо помогать, пацаны. Типа, не так важно подавать не просто стримеру, знаешь, на фане, типа, как помочь человеку с какой-то бедой.
Jesus Christ, bro talks so quick I could barely keep up with the goddamn subtitles.
Сейчас я собираю деньги на адвоката, на отвод.
Да.
Мы как сделаем? Или мой друг подъедет, или же мы с другом подъедем, ну, скорее всего, может быть, завтра. Хорошо? Договорились?
Да, хорошо.
She received total of 600k rubles, which was even beyond the sum she even needed. Everyone felt sad for Smichalka. Like, come on, cute
makes sense.
Done wrong? That cannot be. While majority of people didn't even question the whole situation, others didn't really buy it. And when they were asking questions in chat, they were instantly banned.
Yeah, I banned him.
That's kind of weird.
That's kind of suspicious.
His response when asking for a simple proof.
Yeah.
Even more shocking is that her family wasn't really poor. They had 2 cars, a house, 3 apartments, goddammit. Smichalka even got her teeth done for 1,000,000 rubles. Her mother was a general director of a gas company. Like,
what?
For a lawyer. Another weird thing is that this whole trial has been going for 15 months already, and she didn't even get a lawyer? That doesn't add up. The very
no.
When Selim Khan, the guy who called her to offer a helping hand, is on his meetup with Smichalka that they agreed on. He gives her a call and he's asking whether she will be there on time.
Моя мама с адвокатом встречается, типа, ну, получается, наша помощь не нужна. Самый прикол, мы едем в Химки по ее делу, и мы развернулись, уехали. И даже не сказала нам, что... Не знаю, зачем меня тогда просить о помощи, умоляют там.
And she answers that she doesn't need anything anymore. People did some digging and turns out her mother wasn't scamming anyone. She was the scammer. She was getting paid from the government for people that are dead, yet somehow still work in her gas company. When people found out, they were furious.
Give me my money back.
The allegations aren't true. It was a setup.
You should sleep with your eyes open.
You bastard. She didn't do anything.
We can argue that Smichalka didn't know. Like what? Her mother comes in and goes, "Hey honey, I'm scamming the government for a lot of cash. Today I got 1 million for people who are dead." What? Also, this scam was going...
Yeah, that also makes no sense. How do you go to prison when you are the one who got scammed? That doesn't add up.
For 2 generations already. So maybe her mom didn't even know? In my opinion, Smikalka would make way more money in the long run. So this quick cash grab didn't really make sense if it was really a planned setup. I personally think she just wanted to help her mom, although this whole situation does look a little sussy.
I mean, to be fair, yes, she scammed her on. It's a very bad thing, right? But I think she's set for life. With just that amount of money, she's set for life. 6,000? What was it? 600k? I don't know how much rubles, how much dollars or euros that's it, but it gotta be a lot. I mean, if what she asked for was 8,000, and she got like more than half that, she got like at least like 10, something like that, like a day or at least a month or like something like in a very small period of time.
Her mom, as for now, is serving her time in prison. She got 5 years. After causing a major social media scandal in Russia, Smikalka just left the internet. She had her YouTube, Instagram, and any other socials she had. Now, from what I've heard, she travels the world and enjoys her life without...
Yeah, no shit. I would also do that shit when I got that much money from scamming people, bro. Personally, I wouldn't scam people. I don't think it's right, but I mean, hey, game is game, I guess.
Any appearance online. While Smikalka started on Twitch, our next eager decided to begin her career on an adult website. The decision...
Okay, how do you ruin your career when you are already a whore? Like, honestly, how do you do that? I'm curious.
That would later ruin her career.
How?
Leia was open about her past from the very beginning, with claims like,
We broke up and that chapter of my life is closed. I'm not ashamed of who I was, but I've quit for a reason.
Keep going, I'm almost... Nah. Oh my
her
days.
past life is over, and now all she wants to do is talk to her tier 3 simps. Despite her eventful past life, her chat was quite civilized, and they respected new Leia. Her persona was a cute gamer girl, who's easygoing, funny, and cares about everyone. And of course some cool anime uwu baiting, because that's the most amount of views. Come on, that's
Yeah,
probably the
that makes
reason
sense.
I even clicked on this video anyway. It's
No, I thought the premise of the video was pretty interesting. I'm not really a person that would fall for gooner bait like that. Unless it's Face Show from Starreal, I would definitely goon all over her, bro.
seemed like Leia's future is bright. But as we know, every rose has its thorn. Because Leia used to spend all her money on clothes, overpriced makeup sets, clubbing, just to come the very next day and cry about how she doesn't even have $2 for a present for her mother. And since Firsty Sim, her social relationship with Leia kept sending her money, without any second thoughts, she carried on using them as cash machines.
Yep.
This scheme worked perfectly, until her viewers realized Leia is not as innocent as she claims to be.
Yep.
One day, when her tier 3 subs tuned into the stream, they were greeted by a familiar face who was building her a gaming chair that she just got as a present from one of her viewers.
Okay.
It was her ex-boyfriend, who we could remember from Leia's very first videos on adult websites. Wow. Turns out, this whole time he was not so ex as she claimed. For a whole 3 years, people were lied to their faces, and rightfully, they weren't happy about it.
Honestly, I get why she lied about that. Because in general, when women are like in relationships and you want simps, you don't want to be in a relationship, right? This is just basic human psychology, all right? Because now, because you're single, they feel like they have a chance with you, right? Because, well, you're single, right? But if you have a relationship with somebody already, a big chance is a lot of people will just give up. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. She already has a boyfriend. What the fuck am I supposed? What the fuck am I gonna do? You know? I'm not gonna just simp for her. You shouldn't simp regardless. By the way, if you are a simp, where you like buy OnlyFans or anything like those, like very degenerate shit, you should definitely stop that because that's not mentally healthy. Anyway, I get why she did it. Honestly, lying about that, I get it. I think a lot of female creators do lie about the relationships. So honestly, I can't fault her for that. However, asking for money even though she has like a shit ton of money, like with like a sad sob story, like that's just not okay, man. Honestly, I would never beg for money in my life. I think that's so like degrading. And I mean, for women it's different. I think for women to like ask for money, I think it's different. This completely like emotional. I feel like it's different. No logic behind this. This is like fully irrational, but it just feels different.
With
Thank you.
comments like,
Here are my last $2. Buy some tissues. So next time I don't have to use my ding-dong to clean from your face
What?
like last time.
and
Looks like she wasn't that low on vitamin D after all.
this was the very moment where all the hard work Leia has put into her image started to fall apart. People didn't buy her story no more. If this dude is still here, then her past life isn't over, and she still does record adult videos. Which, in my opinion, is a dumb claim. As I see it, she did stop in the corn industry, but that doesn't mean you have to break up with your boyfriend too. Real life and persona on the internet are very different things. The only problem here, in my opinion, is lying about being single, so more people would try to take that spot by sending donations on the internet. But at the end of the day, streams were still the same, and over some time this drama would fade away and nobody would really care.
Yeah, that's how drama works most of the times, unless you did something illegal, or even if you did something illegal, people are just gonna move on, because guess what? People got lives, they got problems with their own, they don't need to care about all these like drama and problems that other people have. It's just like with the Dr. Disrespect fucking shit, man, like whether he's innocent or not, I mean, there's still people that are gonna watch him regardless, like they don't care. Also, the funny part is, a lot of people just don't even know what happened, because they're just going to work, they come back, they watch the streams, and then gone, you know, back. They just, you know, it's just, not everyone is like socially or like chronically online enough to know all the drama behind YouTubers, man.
That would happen, of course, if Leia didn't cry about her haters every single stream. She gave way too much attention to them, and instead of moving on, she basically let this situation eat her from the inside. This was very apparent when one of the streamers made a joke about her past on the collab stream.
Блин, короче, Картман, до свидания. Больше с ним никогда играть не буду. Пусть идет в жопу, подлая крыса. Все, короче, это, наверное, последняя моя игра в мафию, дитя. Все.
Nah, that's an act. That's not real. It's just not. I don't know. I don't care, you know, if she's Russian or not. That sounded fake. What the fuck? Hold on. Swear to God, bro. You better not have a fucking mouse again. Swear to God. Again. Alright. Day number 2 of streaming the whole weekend, and lo and behold, my cat caught another fucking mouse again. Like, I don't know how he does it or why he does it, but I mean, this time it was my other cat. I have 2, but this time the other cat caught a mouse, so I guess they're both competent hunters. I guess I'm kind of proud, not gonna lie.
Past is like an anchor, waiting you down if you cling to it. Pepezilla 2024. This is what Leia couldn't do. Accept her past and move on. Instead, she basically cancelled herself and just left streaming for good. Now Leia is doing TikToks, Instagram, and adult content again for...
I was about to say, I thought she looked familiar. Yeah. I guess she got cancelled long ago, huh?
$10.
I can't take the hate no longer. Today was my last stream. You can now support me by buying my pictures.
I think if
Great, so the moment she got exposed as a liar, she starts, you know, being a fucking whore again. Wow, what a life, man. What a fucking life. God damn, no fucking integrity at all, man. Actually insane.
Leia just said,
Yeah, I sell my pictures for $10, so what?
Nobody would really have a problem. You have dozens of famous people doing the same thing, and who cares?
A lot of people care. So do I. I think OnlyFans people do not deserve respect whatsoever. They're not respectable people at all.
You don't really have to stop streaming because of that. Leia just wasn't strong enough to accept her past. If you open up any of her socials today, you can still find comments like "Internet doesn't forget" and "Escaping past won't fix your problems."
Yep.
Today's last digger who was caught lying in 4K is Danley, who went as far as faking goddamn kidnapping to maintain her career on Twitch. But let's start from the
I mean, honestly, faking a whole goddamn kidnapping? That's kind of commendable, I'm not gonna lie.
beginning. Elizabeth was born on the June of 28th in Moscow. She was an average Joe among girls. She had no idea what Twitch is.
Average Joe? Huh? I don't think you know how average Joe looks, bro, but whatever.
And what is it for? All she cared about at the time was education, going out with girls, eating borscht, and drinking birch juice. Which is super tasty, by the way, you guys have no idea.
Okay.
Basically what I'm saying is she wasn't special in any way. Somewhere at this time she met her future boyfriend Eugene. While Danley wanted to get everyday job, Eugene dreamed big. He was talking money. He had 3 jobs, but that still wasn't enough to satisfy his expectations from life. So he had to think of a great plan how to become rich. And one day he figured it out. Twitch new meta at the time were honkers. Wait a minute, I get a pair of honkers back home, said Eugene to himself and called up Elizabeth. If they can, why can't Ellie do the same thing? Well, the problem was they didn't even have a computer to begin with. Eugene proposed the idea of streaming to Ellie, to which she answered that she doesn't think it's gonna work. She has never even heard of Twitch, and all that is just waste of time.
That doesn't matter. If you're an attractive female and you start streaming on Twitch, you'll grow. Your ceiling will be lower than the average, like, average guy or average gamer, however. But if you're an attractive female, you'll grow in like a small time, like easily, alright?
But Eugene believed so much in his plan that he took out a loan from bank and borrowed some cash from his homie.
Damn.
The next day they already had gaming PC at their home. Nice camera, good lighting. The guy knew exactly what he was doing. He was also aware of the fact that nobody will donate to a girl who has a boyfriend. The very first month, she already had big donos, regular viewers, and one of those viewers was Luntik, the guy who destroyed Danley's innocence. Luntik was donating $100 here, $500 there,
damn.
And as expected, they soon became pretty close to each other. Eugene one day had to borrow Danley's computer for work, but what he saw left him speechless.
Oh, you are so hot!
Okay.
Stop, you're making me blush.
No, for real. I would do things to you.
Oh, I wish.
Are you gonna call tonight? I miss you.
Sure, babe.
Love you.
Oh. Okay, so it started off with like a little bit like parasocial roleplay, and then they actually have contact with each other. I think that's different.
Eugene was angry for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But he felt like that's the business he's in. He
True.
She apologized and promised she won't do it ever again. But none of them had any idea that this is the beginning of Danley's downfall. A few months passed after Luntik incident. Everything seemed fine. But something was different about Danley. She has tasted forbidden fruit and liked it a lot. It was only a matter of time until new Luntik would appear. And of course, he did. This time it wasn't just guy with money. It was also a guy with a lot of followers on YouTube. Just to get around 1 million views at a time. So Danley would gain big exposure from there.
God damn, 1.2 million? Is the YouTube scene in Russia that big? That's quite insane.
So-called friendship. They talked a lot, sent memes, heart emojis to each other, flirted, and after like a week or so, Justy told her he would be coming to Moscow to meet his friends. So
wait, that's an old map. Also, Moscow is not that big, bro.
go on a date. Elizabeth, despite having a boyfriend, likes the idea and agrees. They got some food,
Yeah.
and then went to a hotel room. Out of nowhere, hotel phone in their room starts blasting, and on the other side is some super angry dude demanding that Elizabeth goes out for a little talk. Ellie starts to cry and tells Justy that that's her ex-boyfriend. Justy, as a real man, tells her that they will go out and he will talk to them.
Ex-boyfriends? Okay, listen, to be fair, this guy, right, he wanted to make a lot of money. I'm not sure how, you know, how they were in a relationship with each other, but like in general terms speaking, this guy wanted to whore out his girlfriend, and then he is surprised that she turns out to be a whore. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but that just sounds very like a very normal evolution to me. Like, you whore out your girlfriend, she becomes one. Like, you know, it makes sense, honestly. And getting mad at that, it's kind of your own fault, buddy.
They do so, and outside they see 3 black cars, 5 big Russian dudes, and him, Eugene.
Whoa.
The so-called ex-boyfriend. 3 big guys grab Justy and take him to the side to give him a few punches.
Damn.
While that's happening, he can see how Elizabeth is dragged into one of those black cars.
Damn.
She's trying to break free. When that's done, they land final punch on Justy and drive off after they just kidnapped Ellie in front of Justy's eyes.
Damn.
Called police, but they didn't do much. However, the very next day, he receives a very strange message. Turns out, when Eugene found out Danley is out with some YouTuber in the hotel room, he called her up and said he will be there in 2 minutes to teach that guy a lesson. Danley panicked, ran downstairs, called him down and suggested they can fake a kidnapping to still make it look like Danley isn't the biggest, dirtiest liar in the world. Eugene felt like his emotions shouldn't stay in the way of their career, and he agreed. They did everything according to the plan, but
What?
he realized he's a cuck with a girl who nearly spent the night with some guy from the internet while he's over here taking care of her socials. So him and Justy made a goddamn 3 hours long video where they exposed Danley. Video from Justy got over 5 million views, and now everyone knows the true story of how ungrateful and evil Danley truly is. Maybe if Eugene was still around, Danley would even stream till this day, because he wrote scripts for her, edited videos, chose what clothes she should wear on the streams, took care of her Instagram, and did everything from A to Z. So if
God damn, bro. Eugene is an insane marketer, bro. Holy. Makes you wonder what his psyche is like, man. Like, how can you, like, love your girlfriend while you do this shit? I think that's possible. Honestly, I think he just used her for money. Honestly. I don't think he even loves her. I could be wrong, obviously, right? But damn.
somehow she still held strong and didn't give up after being exposed, she could have done something. But since she took everything for granted, she didn't even know how to set up OBS. And if you bite the hand that feeds you, you might just get cancelled and quit internet.
I mean, come on, like, she's not retarded, bro. Like, one Google search, how to use OBS, boom. Or in Russian or whatever, or English, or I don't know. It can't be that tough, let's be honest.
That's what happened to Danley. All of the egos from this video should be examples for us why lying won't get you far. For more videos like this, sub to my channel, maybe Patreon, follow me on Instagram, and join our Discord server. Bye-bye.
So the thing about this, like, video is, yes, they did, you know, scummy things. Yes, they did some things that are legal, right? One of them did something illegal, which was literally scamming your fans. But we already know that, you know, people can get, you know, away with that. Look at Logan Paul. And especially because if Logan Paul had titties, he would have been forgiven way earlier. But I don't think they ruined their career per se. I think they ended them themselves. Like, if they just kept continuing, if they just kept continuing, like, their streaming journey and stuff, honestly, like, I don't think anyone would have give a shit about any of this. Eventually, drama wears out. Eventually, people stopped caring about it. And then you get, you know, and then you, sure, there will still be people that, you know, will remind you now and then for your horrible acts, right? And I honestly, like, I think if you apologize for those things, I don't think that helps you in the long run, per se. But it is definitely a step that some people should make, regardless if it helps you or not. Because honestly, if it doesn't help your audience, at least it helps you with like a little bit of like a cope, right? And clearly these 3 women deeply regretted what they did because they couldn't live on with how they, or what they did, right? They couldn't live on with that like thought of having done what they did. So they ended their own careers. But like I said, I don't think they are cooked. Honestly, they could wear this out. Okay, the other one, she's really cooked because, well, she broke up with her boyfriend who literally did everything for her, and she's just tech illiterate, and she couldn't even open OBS. So, but in the meantime, I bet she already racked in a bunch of money, and if she's invested it correctly, which I highly doubt she didn't, because that boyfriend did like everything. So I would have assumed that, you know, the boyfriend also did some investing and stuff in like stocks or like maybe trades or whatever the fuck, right? Something that like makes the amount of money she has more than, you know, than just spending it. Moral of the story is, don't scam your fans, don't lie to your fans unnecessarily, unless it's about personal stuff that you simply do not want to talk about. I think if you don't want to talk about some personal stuff and people say like, oh, you need to talk about this, blah blah blah, no, you don't. All right, you don't have to talk about anything if you don't want to, or if you can't, right? Some people just, you know, can't really talk about problems like that. Anyway, good video from Pepazilla. Really good video. Like the video, subscribe to him, and I mean, yeah, I think that's the 24 hours, right? Yeah, we have reached over 24 hours of streaming. Very cool.